Today, we're going to discuss Michigan's expungement law. Specifically, we're going to talk about changes to it that opened up the door to many people who were previously ineligible. Hi, I'm Muthu Veerappan. I'm a criminal defense and civil litigation attorney here in Detroit, Michigan, and I help people fight for their freedom and protect their future. Before 2021, only one felony and 2 misdemeanors were expungible. The Michigan Clean Slate Act was enacted in 2021, and it made people with up to 3 felonies and an unlimited number of misdemeanors eligible for expungement. This makes Michigan's expungement laws one of the most progressive in the country. It's a complicated process, so today I'm going to be breaking it down into 4 parts. First, the waiting time has been reduced from 5 years to 3 years for misdemeanor offenses. There is no waiting period for misdemeanor marijuana offenses. These offenses would have been illegal before December of 2018 and are no longer illegal in the state of Michigan. Second, there's also a provision called the one bad night rule. This is my favorite part of the new law. This allows multiple offenses committed within a 24-hour period to be treated as one crime for the purpose of expungement. However, this provision does not apply to assaultive crimes, so I'll give you an example. John Doe ingests some cocaine. Sometime later, he takes his friend's vehicle without permission. His friend calls the police and they attempt to pull him over. John Doe continues speeding and leads the police on a chase where he fled. He's ultimately stopped and the police find more cocaine on his person. John Doe is charged and convicted of 3 felonies as a result of this one bad night. To make matters worse, John Doe previously had a felony conviction for cocaine possession. So now that brings the total number of convictions to 4. So both the old law and the new law would make him ineligible for expungement. Under the one bad night provision though, the 3 felonies that occurred related to the auto theft, the fleeing and eluding, and the possession of the controlled substance are counted as one offense. John Doe would become eligible to have his entire record cleared so long as he meets the time requirements laid out in the Clean Slate Act. The third part of this is that automatic expungement went into effect in April of 2023. There's a difference between an application for expungement and automatic expungement as shown here on the screen. Okay, so as you can see on the table, we'll start with the number of convictions. Under an application for expungement, you can get up to 3 felonies and an unlimited number of misdemeanors, including serious misdemeanors, expunged. Under automatic expungement, you can only get 2 felonies and 4 misdemeanors and no serious misdemeanors. Now let's look at the eligible offenses that can be expunged. Under automatic expungement, you cannot set aside any assaultive crimes, any offense punishable by more than 10 years in prison, and any theft crimes. If you applied for expungement using an attorney, you could get up to 2 assaultive crimes expunged, 1 felony punishable by 10 years or more in prison expunged, or a crime of dishonesty such as theft expunged. So the Clean Slate law prescribes different waiting periods for each avenue of expungement. Under automatic expungement, you have to wait 7 years for each misdemeanor and 10 years for each felony. Under expungement by application, you have to wait 3 years for a misdemeanor, 5 years for a felony, and 7 years for multiple felonies. And just as a reminder, the one bad night provision does not apply to automatic expungements. It only applies to expungements by application. The main difference between automatic expungement and expungement by application are the number of convictions eligible to be removed, the length of the waiting period for each crime, and whether the one bad night provision applies. As I mentioned earlier, assaultive crimes and certain drug crimes cannot be automatically expunged. The fourth and final part of this video is going to be talking about the benefits of expungement. If you have a clean record, you can do the following 5 things. First, you can apply for a concealed pistol license, also known as a CPL, and you can exercise your Second Amendment rights. Any charge that carries a potential sentence of more than 1 year can prevent you from getting a CPL. Second, you can apply for better jobs, improve your career, and earn more money. We all know employers run background checks, and those with convictions are less likely to get the job or the promotion that they want. Third, you'll be eligible for lower insurance rates. Insurance premiums are determined by risk, and criminal behavior is seen to be risky. That tends to result in higher insurance rates. Fourth, you'll have access to more fair housing and be less likely to be denied based on your conviction. Most rental properties run background checks and will only preclude people who have felony convictions. By getting the expungement, you can live in a nicer area with better schools and resources for you and your family. Fifth, you'll be eligible for student loans, and you can use that to pursue higher education. People with college degrees tend to earn more than those who only have a high school diploma. Having a felony conviction can make you ineligible for student loans, which could result in financial barriers to higher education. When you look at all of these potential benefits, the cost of applying for expungement is worth it. We're ready to help you. We're open 24/7, and I'll give you a free consultation. You'll sit with me and we'll review your case and see what options you have available.
This video is not legal advice and should not be relied on for legal advice. Be sure to consult with an experienced attorney whenever you have legal issues.